Do you know what I just realized? I just realized I did an entire live and I wasn't live. Hey everybody, it's Jane from Chalk Mercantile and Surface Anthology. I just did a whole half hour, what I thought was live, and it wasn't. I didn't press the right buttons. Oh my goodness. But I put the Melange Inlay onto this container that, if you remember, I got while I was out at Goodwill. Good morning, Shannon. Shannon, I just did a whole live and I didn't press the right button. Isn't that crazy? So look what I did. So you know what I think I'm gonna do is add a little, maybe a bumblebee or something to my pomegranates. But remember this, Shannon. Thank you. Thanks for sprinkling. I know. It's been a crazy week like that for me with the internet, Shannon. Ever since my husband Rick, for 2 days, and he is an IT guy, we were having issues with connecting to the internet, and he put this whole system in, and the whole house is like rewired. Hey, Julie, isn't it beautiful? I'm so sorry you couldn't see it. And I was wondering, like, why am I not seeing anybody this morning? But I just carried on. Unfortunately, I didn't realize that the little thing didn't say live. Isn't it beautiful? I love this. But anyway, so I'm going to maybe add something to one of these sides, like the little bumblebees. You guys, this inlay is so beautiful. I absolutely love it. Look at that. So if you remember this, it had the Christmas kind of designs that were like on heavy paper, glossy, glued to this container. And I did really try to remove them. It was impossible. So I ripped away as much of the loose as I could, and it looks pretty good. And then I just kind of sanded it a little bit and painted a base of vintage linen. I love, love, love this color. I painted a base, and it's fine. You know, as long as I removed the loose paper, it worked out really well. I know, it's gorgeous. I love it. This inlay is to die for. So let me find the bees. All right. I've got the ones I use drying. Remember, you can use these over again, right? And I haven't tried. I've heard people using it with varnishes, that they're using it over again. So I'm going to have to do some tests. Look at how beautiful. Oh, gorgeous. So let me find the bumblebees, and we'll add those. I can't wait to use this. Isn't that fat? That like a soup tureen. All right, let's see if I can add. These are pretty big bumblebees. Maybe I'll put them on the side. That's what I'll do. Like they're kind of moving around. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. All right, so I'm going to move my camera out just a tad. All right. And get myself back here. Isn't it beautiful and sunny today, you guys? You got your inlay yesterday. Julie, isn't it beautiful? I really do. When I love something, it's like, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. And I love that it's not black, that it's like this really deep kind of burnt umber color. It's just beautiful. All right, so let me see if I do this on the side, I think I'm gonna use this little guy right here. So grab my scissors. Now each one of these bees has, like this says A, B, A. They have like kind of some writing underneath them. So when you're cutting these out, be careful that you notice that. If you want to include it, make sure you don't cut it off. So I'm gonna cut this out. did you guys all hear that I canceled the Deep River demo that I was going to have at G's Treasures, where I have my space, because we're expecting some snow. It's going to be Friday night into Saturday, and I just don't want to mess around with that or have people driving in it. But I will reschedule. All right, there's our sweet little bee. Isn't that wonderful? And I love now with this inlay that we have just these little pieces that we could put, you know, you could do a whole dresser in one color and then maybe down in a corner put a little bee. It'd be very cool. So remember, when you're laying this out, grid side up, right? It's very tempting to put it down like that. Now, you want the grid side facing you, and when you're designing with it, because it just won't look right. You need to have that up. That's the way the design is going to be going down, right onto your piece. So I'm kind of looking about where I want to put that. I think I'm just like, that is fabulous. So I'm going to move this so I don't get any water on my inlay, and grab my brush and make sure it's not too wet. Now, a little trick, I'm using my favorite, the little friction pens that they're erasable pens and they erase with heat. So you can kind of give yourself a little guideline if you need. And I'm going to trim this down a little bit more so I can show you how I do that. Right, so I want my bee right there. So you can just give yourself just little marks so you know where you have to put the paint. Heat makes this disappear, so I just use my blow dryer on it. Ah, Shannon is saying, I just did that with stamps. I wanted to stamp the entire sheet and inked up the wrong side. Oh no, in copper metallic. Yeah, it's crazy. And you're sitting there and it's like, I'm like, thank God I'm not a surgeon. I'd be like, what have I been doing now for 20 minutes, right? It's amazing. It's like, what? So that's why it's like you have to kind of go through, right, your procedure and check yourself along the way, you know, especially with a new thing like these paint inlays. Okay, so there's my bee. I'm gonna grab my paint. And yes, I'm working out of the container, which I tell you guys not to, but I only have a little bit left. So that's my excuse. So I'm gonna put down the paint and I do a nice coat. Okay, looks good. And then a little trick I learned from my friend Joni of Weathered Wings is to, there's my mister, take your misting bottle and ever so slightly, let me move this for a second, mist the right side of your design. So not the grid side, the side that's actually has the paint on it. Give it a little mist just to get it going. And then you can lay that right into the paint. And I kind of go from the middle out. And I can see right there, I don't have enough paint. I didn't put enough paint even though I marked it, right? So I'm going to get some paint in there. And then I have my brayer and I'm just going to roll. So it's really, really into the paint, right? Really sweet. Then put my brush in water. I've got a cotton cloth that I've kind of rolled into a pad. It's a little bit moist, but I'll show you what I do. I just spray it again with this mister. And then I just press. And that really helps to get that inlay down into the paint. Yeah, Shannon, it's the worst. It's like, oh. It's like, I can't believe, this is the first time I sat and did an entire live, and I was like, man, something's a little off, because I don't see anybody commenting. Plus, I have a little thing that has, you know, a link in it. I'm like, this is so odd. Well, now I know why. All right, now I'm going to push this. I'm going to dry it. I'm going to use my blow dryer. You at home should just let it dry naturally. Let it dry for like an hour, or until when you touch it, it doesn't feel cool, it doesn't feel damp, and it doesn't look so clear. You'll see as I dry it, it gets kind of fuzzy. Poor Shannon. And it's like such a pain, right, Shannon? I love using the stamps, but man, you really want to wash them. You don't want a buildup of paint in between, right? All the little elements of the stamp. Oh. So you have to go and wash the other side, and then it's like, hopefully you're still excited about the project, right? Now, while we're waiting for this to cool off a little bit, another thing you could do if you're brave is, and I'll do this one day, maybe I'll do it in the membership. It's a little bit more challenging, but you can paint before you put the inlay of the pomegranates down. We could paint areas kind of in a very impressionistic ways, you know, pomegranate red, put green down, you know, give ourselves a little bit of a sketch and then quickly put that paint down. Or we could kind of paint it and then put the inlay, let that dry, put the inlay into a top coat on top of it. But that way it looks like it's colored underneath the inlay, because it is. So I think that would be really, really beautiful also. A little more challenging. You've got to be a little bit more, have a plan, have it planned out, right? Oh, Shannon, it was so difficult to get it off both sides. I know, it's crazy, right? Oh, and you just have to kind of go to your Zen place, right? And like, okay, I'm just gonna wash this. I'm gonna do what I have to do to get it clean, and then do it again. Yes, wouldn't the color be absolutely beautiful, right? Absolutely gorgeous. And I don't mean in a tight way, but just kind of blobs, right? But when the inlay goes over it, that's very exact. I just think it would be really, really beautiful. All right, this feels good. So when it is dry, it feels dry to the touch, get your misting bottle, spray, and then I take that pad again that I made with the cotton cloth, and I just press into the paper. This helps to release, right? Get that paper off. You gotta wait 30 seconds. There's so many things, Shannon and Julie, that we could do with these inlays. They're just gorgeous. They really, really are. They're so beautiful. You could use them on walls. They would be so beautiful. All right, let's see. I'm gonna give it another little mist. Let's see if it worked. The one that I did when I wasn't recording worked. Look at that. It's just the coolest thing ever. And there's our little bee. Now save this, let it dry flat. That can absolutely be used again. But look at how sweet that is, right? We have our little bee. I love this. It's like a shell kind of ocean, very French. It says Paris down there. I have no idea what it's about, but who cares? It's gorgeous, right? And then we have our pomegranates. Pomegranate red or pomegranate, that deep kind of magenta. It's one of my absolute favorite colors for sure. So that is how easy it is, everybody, to use the inlays, right? Julie, you've got your inlay. You've got to try it. Come up with a great project, right? That's inlay worthy, right? That you're I love this. I'm going to be able to look at this every day, have it on my counter. In fact, I have an island, and that's what I was thinking. I'm going to put it on my island. I don't know, put stuff in it. You know, we have so much crap around the kitchen, right? And then you could see from all angles the design, right? Really beautiful. I am going to come back tomorrow, though. I want to give it a little more character with some waxes, just a little more antiquing. And I really can't sand away anything because it's going to go down to what's left of the Christmas design. So we'll do something else just to give it a little bit of age, right? A little distressing. Look at how sweet. Imagine if you just did like little black and white stripes with paint and then put the inlay on top. It would be really cute. But yeah, I love these. So that's it, you guys. I'm back. I'll tell my husband the internet, again, knock on wood, was good. It worked really well. And yeah, I've got those other boxes I want to work on, all that stuff that I got at Goodwill. So I will definitely be moving on to those. But tomorrow we're going to be distressing, antiquing just a little bit, and then finishing it with wax. So I can wipe it down because it's going to be in the kitchen. So yeah, any questions at all, everybody, ask in the comments. My shop link is in the comments if you're interested in this absolutely gorgeous inlay. Oh, Julie. Oh, no. Julie's sharing that she has psoriatic arthritis and you haven't been able to use your hands. You can only move your fingers. Oh, man. So does it go in waves, Julie? So hopefully, I'm sure you're on medication. You'll be able to use your hands so you can use your inlay. And also, you're in the membership. So Julie, any questions about anything, the project or anything, make sure you ask in there also. And I hope that you're able to use them again really, really soon, for sure. But you know what, Julie, while you're waiting, you can plan too. You can just look around your home, look for that special project, right, that you want to add. Maybe it's just a board, right? Maybe it's just a beautiful, that's what I'm looking for this. It's like I keep thinking I want an antique board or something that's not, I don't know, perfect. I'm not sure. You know, it's like I have an idea or kind of a vision forming in my head, but I love this one. I absolutely love this one. So I'm going to look around and see what I can do. Yes, hopefully soon, Julie, right? That's got to be really, really frustrating. I don't know what kind of arthritis I have, but I've noticed, you know, little bumps. I'm like, what's going on? And I think we you know, when we're young, right? Youth is wasted on the young. It's like we take our hands, our vision, everything for granted. And so I tell my sons, my little grandson, I said, enjoy your bodies, right? While they're flexible and, you know, they can really put up with a lot. So I hope, yes, absolutely, hopefully soon, Julie. I know, isn't this beautiful? It's absolutely exquisite. I'm like, oh, maybe I could put it on a door. What am I, you know, I just don't know. But I've got to come up with something because I love it so much. All right, ladies, have a fabulous, fabulous Thursday. All right. Again, don't forget, I canceled Saturday's live demo in Deep River. We're expecting snow overnight into Saturday, and I will be rescheduling. All right, you guys, take care. Happy Thursday. I'll see you back here tomorrow, and we'll do a little bit of aging, a little bit of distressing. Thanks, you guys. Happy painting.